Hey guys, I know it has been so long since I've posted a video for you, and for that I am so sorry. We just got through the holiday season, which was a very busy and crazy time for us here at our coffee shop. We have a lot of employees who wanted to take vacation to go see their families, and so we wanted to cover those shifts for them so that they were able to go do that. Plus, Casey and I went on a quick little trip at the end of December to Denver to go watch the Colorado Avalanche play for the very first time. So with all of that being said, we just have not been home or able to film, and for that, again, so sorry you guys. Thank you for your patience through everything. Now that we're here though, let's get this new year started. So one of the things that Casey and I do behind the scenes of the coffee shop is help with the supply side of the business. We have our managers order their own supplies based off of the demand and what they need, but sometimes we have to step in and help them. If you guys don't know by now, Casey and I live about 30 to 40 minutes away from the nearest city. Our town that we live in has some great options, but it does not have a restaurant supply store. So anytime that we need any type of supply, whether that's syrup or cups or lids or anything like that, we have to have it delivered by Food Service of America. Back in the day, we used to go pick up all the supplies ourselves in Boise, which is a great option, but it was just costing us a lot of our own time and energy to go to Boise and pick up all of those supplies. We also had to purchase a large cargo trailer that we would take with us to Boise, fill up the trailer, and then drive it here, unload all the supplies. It was around a 6-hour process every single week in order to get supplies. So instead, we decided to work with Food Service of America. We did wait to partner with them until we felt like we had enough demand, because once you have a demand for the products, you can kind of leverage the cost of those products. So what we did is we waited until we knew that our weekly orders were going to be significant enough for them and for us. And then basically we bartered with them and just said, we're not going to pay more than what we pay for these items in Boise. So if you guys are willing to deliver them for price XYZ, we're on board, and they went for it. So that's how we were able to get our supplies delivered for essentially the same cost as going to Boise to pick it up. We do have to pay, I believe it's an $8 delivery fee per week, but our gas alone driving to Boise and 6 hours of our time driving to Boise every week to go pick up these supplies is so well worth the $8 delivery fee. So that leads me to where I'm at right now. I am standing in our storage building, and I just want to show you guys a little bit about how that looks when those supplies get delivered and just the process of the delivery and then getting them here and putting them away. That is our actual coffee shop over there. Here's the supplies that Food Service dropped off. We have a storage unit. This is just a little shed at this location where we put away all the extra supplies. So right now I'm just going through opening up all the boxes, organizing and FIFOing all of the stuff here. So essentially pulling forward all the syrups that are older ones and putting the newer ones behind them. That way we can use all of them before their expiration dates. We also are just eliminating the extra cardboard, recycling all of that. So this is my plan for today. You can see this thing is stuffed to the brim, but it's all stuff that we need in order to be successful. Okay, real talk for a second. You may have noticed we have a ton of syrup options. This is something that you do not necessarily have to do if you have your own coffee shop. In fact, people that we have been mentoring, we suggest that they don't have as many options as we have. Although it's great, although we have a wider market, although we can serve more people because we have so many options, it is an inventory nightmare. So I'm admitting to you guys right now, don't do what we did. Have a more limited menu so that you don't have to have storage racks upon storage racks of flavors. It has been a little bit of a nightmare. Although it's been worth it, it's paid off, it's our business model, it's what we're doing. It's just not the best option that I suggest to you guys if you want to start your own shop, just because of that disaster. Also, you guys realize that we're 40 minutes away from the nearest shop. So we can drive to Boise, we can pick up these flavors. Let's say that Food Service is out of a flavor and we're like, crap, we need it. If we don't want to run out of that particular flavor, we are driving an hour to Boise, an hour back. 40 minutes there shopping and then 40 minutes back. So that's why I suggest to you guys, don't have as many options as we have. Yes, it's great, it's worked, but it will make your life so much harder than having a more limited menu. My personal suggestion for you guys, have a limited menu, and then during certain holidays, so during fall, offer pumpkin. During winter, offer peppermint. Little things like that, so that you have a limited menu year round, but then during those small seasons, you can offer a few more options, and then that way you only have to keep an inventory of those flavors during that season. It will help you tremendously. Just trust me on this one. Managing inventory can be a really big challenge, especially when you're starting out with a brand new coffee shop. How many syrups am I going to go through? How many cups do I need to order? How many gallons of milk do I need? When you first start out, it is such a toss-up, and it's going to take a while to settle down. And let me tell you, even though we've been in business for 6 years now, we are constantly adapting our ordering system. Just because as different seasons happen, we go through more milk than we would, let's say in the winter when everyone's getting hot drinks, we're going to obviously go through more hot cups, more steamed milk. In the summer, we're going to go through more of our energy drinks, we're going to go through more of our frappes, which require a little bit less milk. So that fluctuates constantly. So my suggestion to you is don't be afraid to have to adapt your order. It's going to happen. You're going to adapt, you're going to grow, and you're going to figure out that in some seasons you're going to have more, and in other seasons you're going to have less. My biggest suggestion is start out with less so that you're not throwing things away. The other thing is cash flow. If you order too many products and then you're sitting on them for too long, it's going to diminish your cash flow and your cash on hand, which when you're starting a brand new business is so important. So try starting out with less. Don't go so less that you put yourself in a bad position. But if you live in a town where you can go buy extra cups, extra lids, extra syrups just quickly, like within a 20-minute time period, I would suggest that you don't start out with a big supply like we have here. We're in a unique situation living 40 minutes outside of the nearest town, so we have to keep backup supplies here. Every coffee shop I know has backup supplies. Some of them just don't have as much as we have, which is an unfortunate thing for us because that means that we're sitting on thousands of dollars worth of inventory at all times compared to other coffee shops who might only have to sit on a couple $100s at a time. Guys, I hope today's lesson helped you with just learning a little bit more about managing inventory and what that looks like for a coffee shop. Remember, everyone's story is unique. Every coffee shop is unique. For us, being so far outside of the nearest town, we have to carry more supplies than others. So our exact situation might not work for every single coffee shop, but I think it's important for you, if you're planning your own coffee shop, to sit down, think about how many supplies you're going to need. Also, think about, if you're about to open your coffee shop, setting aside money so that you have backup supplies ahead of time. Sometimes people plan out their business plan and they consider, okay, I'm going to need $20,000 for this, espresso machine. I'm going to need $200,000 for this land. What they don't consider is the operating costs and how much money you're going to need just to buy supplies so that you can open your doors. So just keep that in mind and think about all the supplies that you might need for your coffee shop. Remember, there's no perfect method. We chose to have a lot of syrups. You might choose to not have a lot of syrups, and that is okay. There's no right and no wrong. There's more right and more wrong, but there's no specific exact answer for what you should do with your coffee shop. We're just here to help you and tell you what has worked for us. And if that helps you, awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching our videos. We will be back soon. We have a really, really, really exciting project coming up for you guys. We haven't announced it yet because we're just finalizing some details on it. But as soon as we get that project released, you guys are going to love it. So check back soon because it's on its way.